am Inspector Umar Khan. I cover GMP Rochdale North. One of the areas that we cover, a part of our responsibility, is the Rochdale Town Centre. Rochdale Town Centre is a vibrant and a busy area, especially on the weekends. Unfortunately, with it brings a set of serious incidents.
Larger than life. Wesley was definitely larger than life. He just enjoyed everything. Everything he did, he succeeded in. Everything he wanted to do, he always did the best in. He never failed at anything, ever, in his life. Whatever he said he would doing, he did it. Wesley had come home on leave that weekend because he was carrying my dad's coffin. So he came home to bury my dad. And then at the end of that week, we buried my dad, and at the end of the week it was his friend's funeral, and he'd gone out on the Friday.
Wesley Clutterbuck, a 19-year-old young man from the Marines, from the Whitworth area, came out for a night out with his friends, and as a result of a one punch, he lost his life.
The police told me that they had got somebody in. They said that Wesley had been to his friend's funeral, then come into Rochdale. There had been a domestic between a man and a woman, and they said Wesley intervened on behalf of the woman and said something to the lad, but that lad wasn't the lad who finally punched him. It was somebody else. And even in court, the lad said he doesn't know why he did it.
During the evening, we were working very closely with the hospital, in contact with the doctors and the nurses, and it became clear that Wesley was making a recovery of sorts. That was really positive and heartening for ourselves, because we felt, yes, he had a serious injury, but now he was able to speak to members of his family.
So they agreed to knock the station off and let him come round. So he came round, and he pulled all his lines out, and we were pulling everything off him. And then he did speak, he was talking. They asked him where he were. He knew his name, he knew where he lived. He had a drink. And we all thought he was going to be okay.
However, an hour into the evening, it transpired that the injury, he had another bleed to his brain.
They come into the waiting area to say he's deteriorated, he's back in the scanner, and he was on his way down to theatre. Well, they removed the top of his skull to try and relieve the pressure in his brain.
During the course of the evening, it became apparent that his injuries, he was not going to recover from them. Us as police officers, we deal with many cases, but this is one where it really touched all the officers working and involved in the case.
They said that Wesley was punched once in the head, which resulted in him falling to the pavement and hitting his head on the pavement, but it was just the one punch that killed him. And Wesley was a fit, strong, in his prime, absolutely, and he was beautiful, and just that one punch to just do so much damage to everybody who knows him, all his family, it's just devastating.
Please, 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 have a good time, but be safe, think safe, drink safe.
This Christmas and every other Christmas in the future that comes, we will never be happy again. Instead of buying presents for my 4 children and buying presents for 3, and the only thing I'm going to buy for Wesley are flowers and a wreath, and we'll be spending this Christmas in the cemetery.